He's here. He's here. Ben's here. At Ben's house, doing the fuse board. It is Wednesday. I've been ill the past couple of days, so I've not recorded anything. I tried to get to it yesterday. I ended up sitting with a customer while Adam did all the work. You, good job. We're going to do this over 2 days. First day today. We're planning to change Ben's fuse board over, which is their Prolec one. Excuse my phone. We've got a double DIN board, fuse board from Expert Electrical. Use the code below, 10% off of all your expert needs, 10% off any orders. I think the only thing they don't do for 10% off is car chargers. Check the link up below. Do whichever way you want. So what we're doing is, we're going to do an EICR, sorry Ben, we're going to do an EICR, but we're not doing an EICR. We just want to figure out what every single circuit is on the board. It's a big ass board, that's why we've got the dual one going in. There's a few things that we picked up already. The tails are buried within the fabric of the building, not covered by anything. So from the quote, we're running some tray work across here. We're either going to put an armoured in, or some tails with a KMF switch over here, coming straight from the back of the meter, up and across. We've also got a cable running from the summer house that we need to bring across. Put the board over there, so it'll get there. This is for the weekly video, the first stage. So the lads are just going to test the whole thing today by themselves. We're going to get the containment in, and then next week we're going to be doing the board. It's just because I've got the school run at 3 o'clock. We know this isn't going to get finished because I'm going to let Ben do as physical much as possible, which is obviously going to take a lot longer, which is not his fault. Like, I want him to do this. It's his house, since his first board change. It's going to be a good board change. I want to take his time and run through the process of it. So I put a day's work in for this. I'm going to let suffer. So my phone's going again. Right, it's been a bit hectic start to this video. It's Wednesday, if I haven't said that already. I'm so sorry. I'm still not very well. I've got a new puppy. I've got a bit puppy Rottweiler who's 8 weeks old. She's delicious. She's called Pretzel. I'll put a picture of her here this morning. I've been sleeping on the sofa every night to do wee trips in the night. It's like having a newborn all over again. If anything worse, I would say, because newborns sit still. Puppies don't. I've had dogs before. It's been a while. Anyway, what we're doing is, per one, because the lighting circuits here are doubled up. So you've got 2 in there, 2 in there, 1 in there, 2 in there, that sort of stuff. For the time being, what Ben and Adam are doing, they've gone around the entire house. They've turned everything on. And we're figuring out, we're turning off one by one to see what it is. And then when we've got it split, you can say, oh, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Go on.
So it's like a upstairs cupboard that's off.
Yeah, so what we're doing is, they'll find out which one it is. That's what they're doing at the moment. And then I'll be taking one cable out, leaving it loose, turn it back on. You could say this is not the correct way to do it. This is the way we've done it on site for years. You can find it, identify circuits very, very quickly doing it this way. But obviously putting your hands on a live fuse board. So don't lick it. Don't use non-insulated screwdrivers. Just be careful. When we're taking the breakers off, we're turning the breaker off, we're taking the cable out, and then we turn it back on. Okay? Cool, we're on the same page. Easy way to identify this. Obviously it's gonna get more and more difficult. But it's gonna get more and more difficult when we get down to the sockets and whatnot, but what we'll end up doing is go around with socket testers, figuring that out. Before we can really do any tests on the board, I want to make sure we know what does what. Because this one here already, that cable, we don't know what that does. This cable here, when you turn it off, it does a couple of rooms. The other one does absolutely nothing. So we left that blank as something that we could sort of test once the board comes off. There's ways and means to do around, because this is a very big house. There's a lot of bedrooms, there's a lot of different circuits, there's a lot of stuff doubled up. So a new method that I sort of found with Adam when we were doing stuff, so it's Adam again. Right, I'll turn it all on now. I'll turn number 3. Oh well, are you plugged in?
Yeah, if you do the kitchen one first.
Kitchen number 3. So what we're doing is, Adam and Ben are going into a room with a socket tester each. I am then, because we figured this out from the garage, it's not going to be simple as there's upstairs sockets, there's downstairs sockets, or there's left-hand sockets, there's right-hand sockets, and the kitchen sockets. The garage has 3 different circuits. You've got a socket there, you've got a socket there, you've got a socket there, and a socket there, and 3 of them are on 3 different circuits. So we were like straight away. So we've written down here, garage, sockets, kitchen wall, which is that one, is on breaker 3. So I've gone and written the numbers on these breakers here, so we can correlate to what's what. Right-hand fuse board, that one's on 7. And that one there is on breaker 8. And then the boiler feed over there is on the utility sockets. So we've gone through so far per room and per sockets to figure out which one's which then helps us later on. Obviously when we start testing, we know exactly how many points there are, what circuit they're on, and it's all a lot of fusible stuff. It's all to do prep work, so that's what we're doing. So Adam, carry on mate. So he's just telling me they're plugging it in, I'm turning stuff on and off, but they're trying to use the common sense. They're above the kitchen now, so he said, right, turn the kitchen circuit off, which is 3. turn that off, and most of the sockets are off up there. But anything that's doubled up, like we are taking out, we're turning it on and off to making sure what's what and what's the ring. We'll find out more when we start actually testing it, because we've been here an hour and a half, 2 hours just doing this. The boys are back in town, they're here. Right, I'm gonna make a list of stuff. We've actually got Troy from Rhino Trade Insurance, use code Bundy 10 for 10% discount, coming in today. They're gonna take some pictures of us tree, but we've got the lid off. We're going to put it all in proper 4x2 trunking, all within the same containment. Ben, do you want to show off your delicious board that you're going to do? What's this called?
It's called a board.
Well done. Passed, double stack board. Unlike other manufacturers that cost way more money, you might have seen in my videos, this already comes, with a link switch, with the correct length cables, with the main switch, with a single module SPD already. Oh look, the labels actually match up with all the terminals. How bizarre that a company can do that for half the price. All RCBOs, obviously this is just putting it here for now. We can make it up a little bit. We're gonna do it when Ben does it, and I do it with him next time. It's gonna be lifted off the wall a little bit. I'm tempted to either put some tray down, 4x2 trunking, depending how we feel on the day, isn't it right, Benjamin?
Yes.
Thank you. He's getting good at this. Measure out for some tray work across here. What we will have to do, meter cabs there, drill straight through, KMF switch here, tails will go up, across, angle them round, get them there, maybe put them in a tails gland in the top of the board. It'll give a lot more access for the stuff across. His dad said when they have stuff on in the garden in the summertime, a barbecue or something, it overloads the board, the whole board trips because it's one RCD covering all the socket circuits. With RCBOs, it's going to be a lot better. The lads are going to go around and just test this all now. There's not much footage to get for you guys today. Tomorrow, we're back over Utoxeter, so we'll get some footage there, but if there's anything more interesting, I'll pop it in here. It is, hang on, it's Friday morning. We won't go into it. Yesterday was Wednesday, today's Friday. My daughter was off. She's ill again today, so I was off yesterday. I'm going to get her in a little bit. But me and Ad are doing this. So we did EICRs ages ago on these, and it's 2 flats. So they've had, this isn't brand new, but I've never seen this before. So they've put an extra link in, or it's new cutout, but they've put a link in here for an extra fuse. So we're going to have 2 meters on these. So we're waiting for British Gas to turn up, but they want us to be here while they change it over. I presume it's to get rid, because these were meant to get, I picked this up on the EICR, it was single installation, but these are all getting changed. So the main meter's coming out, and then we've got to split the tails, but I don't quite know yet. So we're waiting for these guys to turn up, to your mate, Alex. So we will be back in a little bit. If we can't film anything when he's here, we'll just take some pictures and run through the process. Do you understand, Adam?
What's going on?
Well,
Kind of. Why is there so many cards like that, look?
they're all top-up cards. They're credit cards.
They just use the same one?
No, once it's used, it's used.
Oh.
Right, as you guys can see, I am in the unit. It is currently 4:30. British Gas never turned up. We had the person's number, whose house it was, who was ringing British Gas to find out what time the engineer was coming, and he wouldn't answer his phone, couldn't get hold of him. We were sat there for 2 hours, wasted money again, just waiting on them. Customer, why should the customer have to pay us? British Gas are not coming, I can't send an invoice to British Gas, because they're never going to pay it, let's be honest. This whole week and whole video is just here, there and everywhere, and I'm sorry, but I've been ill, daughter's been ill. I went back straight after we did the thing with British Gas to go and get my daughter from the other half, because then she had to go to work, so I've been at home. Come here, I want to do a few things in the unit and try and get some footage. Let me just mute that. So, I've just been on the phone to CEF to make sure I'm okay to say this. So, sorry, my screen's about to go off. So if you cast your minds back to, I think it was last week's weekly video, where I had the thumbnail and title, CEF had my pants down, and the thumbnail, sorry, like this. And a few eagle-eyed viewers had seen that I actually changed the title and the thumbnail to this, where I just cut out CEF's name. And this is all down to one thing. So Scott, the branch manager of Stafford, rang me the day after the video had gone out. So it went on the Sunday. I think he rang me on the Monday morning. And I was a bit like, oh, here we go. Gonna get told off here. But to be honest with you, it's good news. It is good. I'm not being sued, let's put it that way. No. Someone higher up from Scott had seen the video, or someone had seen the video, passed it over down the chain to Scott himself. And so first of all, PR team, they're on it. There's something negative or something good online, they can get it out. And instead of like the other wholesaler that I had words about within my area, instead of bad-mouthing me to someone else and being very extremely rude or ignoring me when I go into the branch, he rang me. Explain the situation, what my reason was for saying about it in the video. I think it was too expensive, it was no account, all that sort of stuff. We've agreed that. But what was nice to see is he wanted to try and fix it and wanted to try and help rather than moan. You know, what I'd expect to happen from big companies. They want to try and overpower you, either send me a cease and desist letter, which I gladly have not got ever yet, fingers crossed, touch wood. But I was just happy how professional he was. He wanted to explain what was going on. He wanted to hear my point of view for it. He wanted to see what he could do to fix it. And it was my choice. And I said, fair enough, you know, CEF and is in the title and I've put the logo in the thumbnail. If you would like me to, I'm more than happy to take it down if that is causing aggro or whatever or anything your side. He didn't ask me, I offered, and he said, oh, let me have a chat. And eventually it was like, actually, yeah, it'd be better for us. I said, yeah, no problem at all. You know, everyone in the comment section said their own thing. I can't control that. But I will always be as honest as I can without severely throwing people under the bus. Like, I would never physically slag off installers and name them and shame them, that sort of stuff. But the whole takeaway from this is Scott wanted to see what he can do to help. Second of all, he wanted to try and fix things. Third of all, he wanted me to try and reopen my account, which has been dormant for 7 years, to see if he can improve on it and show him that, you know, pricing's changed from back when the people that I fell out with back at Stafford branch years and years ago was 7 years ago. And he's new in command there. You know, he wants to run the ship well. He wants to steer it in the new good direction. And I've come away thinking, I'm chuffed to bits. That was very professional. He listened to both points. I listened to both points. It wasn't a slagging match. It wasn't, oh, you've said this. It was just like right, we've seen this. What can we do to help? What can we do moving forward? Obviously, we've got a bad rap with you, with certain things in the past. You know, let's turn over a new leaf and let's see what we can do. So I'm going to be sending them some stuff to quote and price for me. And proof will be in the pudding. You know, I can show you guys of prices of different things. Oh, am I allowed to? Yeah, of course I'm allowed to. Of course I am. Anyway, so well done CEF Stafford, especially well done Scott, for, in my eyes, not who do I think I am, but for taking the initiative to go, right, cool, let's sort this out, let's go and have a nice chat, let's see if we can fix it. It was bang on. So well done Scott, Stafford branch, and I'm going to, true to my word, I'll send some stuff across, they can price it, and I can see what it's like in and around my area compared to the other wholesalers. So bang on. So I'm going to end the video. I've got nothing to show. I've got nothing interesting to tell you more, but I thought that was worth the mention. And I did say to Scott when I was on the phone, and he says, don't worry, I'm not going to make a video going, haha, CEF has just rang me because of this, that and the other. And the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to. So I made sure I rang him and asked his permission to say what I said. Obviously he's going to say yes because it's all good things, but be careful what you put online because you have no idea who is watching. Like this, I never thought I'd have a phone call from CEF, but I'm glad I did, and I'm glad we can move in a new direction because I'm going to CEF live at some point and I don't want to be in the back, do you know what I mean? So like, subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye then.